or LAN to LAN VPN, where ASA will work as a VPN head-end. Till now we have seen that VPN between two routers. Now we will see the VPN as a head-end device. Means your VPN tunnel is going to be terminated onto the ASA. You can have ASA to ASA VPN, or you can have ASA to router VPN. So today we are going to see the practical as ASA to router VPN. ASA to ASA you can do the same configuration, and other side also you can take the ASA and you can configure the same way. So no big changes. At router side you know it how to configure it, right? So let's first get familiar with the topology. Over here, this particular session, this particular area is going to work as your private network, and there we are not running any routing protocol. If you want to run it, we can run it. Okay, we are not mixing up many things together. Whereas from this end E0 till over here FS0/1 of R6, this is I have designated to the public network, internet, and rest of whatever is located behind this one R6 is your private network of another site. Okay, so there we have loopback address 6.6.6.6 is going to work as your private network of another website, another site. So your tunnel basically will be between your ASA to R6. Okay, so what you have to see is from internal to edge device you have the route, from internal to your edge device you have a route, and from your edge device to the edge device you should be having the reachability. So I have run the OSPF between firewall R5 and R6. I have advertised 20 and 30 networks. So R6 will be having the route to reach 20 network, whereas ASA will be having the way to reach to the 30.1.1.0/24 network. Let's check it. Let's go to R6 and ping 20.1.1.10, which is your ASA. ASA's interface E0 is assigned with the 20.1.1.10. Let's go to ASA and verify it. Sorry. ASA, so interface IP brief, E0 is assigned to 20.1.1.10. I did not configure much of the configuration at ASA, just assign the IP addresses and logical name and security level. Okay, not even access list I have configured. No access list, nothing, just assign the IP address, and I am just trying to ping the directly connected. So if I try to reach to my internal network router is R4, IP address is 10.1.1.4, I have the reachability. Whereas if I go to the outside or internet, my gateway or directly connected router is 20.1.1.5, which I have the reachability. At other end, other side IP address is 30.1.1.6, which is your R6. So first requirement, you should be having the public reachability. So it is having it, right? Okay, before moving towards the ASA VPN configuration, we will see, first we will configure at the router side, most basic one, and then we will come back to the ASA and we will be done with the configuration, and then we will test it. So what are the things do we require to configure the site-to-site VPN in router? Always there should be in your mind that ISACM policy, IPsec policy, crypto SCL. Okay, so let's create the ISACM policy. Encryption, and it is not required that you always give this as a 10 or something. You can have anything. This as a 1. So this will be the first one to be offered when the VPN starts. Encryption 3 days, authentication preset, group 2 as MD5. Crypto ISACM key, Cisco 123 address. What should be your address?
Peer IP.
What should be your address? 20.1.1.10. Yes. Crypto IPsec transform set T set, or let's say L2L, ESP 3 days ESP MD5. See over here you can change the mode. if you want to choose the transport mode or tunnel mode, you can change it when you are creating this transform set. Now what else do we require? ACL, access list, IP access list name extended L2L, permit IP host 4.4.4. Sorry, it's a 6, right? Not host. I want to permit to the complete network. And reverse of it. Right?
To and fro.
Why you require reverse of this one? Sorry, no, get VPN this one, right? I got even confused. Yeah, you can negate it. You require only one, yeah. At other side it should be reverse of this one. Now you require the crypto map, right?
Yeah.
Crypto map
My map.
L2L IPsec ISACM set peer. What is the peer? Match address. What was it? It was in capital or small? Right? Set transform set L2L. Go to your exiting interface, crypto map L2L. Let's review the configuration. Okay, from 6 to 10 we are going to encrypt it. L2L, okay, great, everything looks good. Okay, save this configuration. So that's how you configure side to side at router side, right? Minimize it. Let's go to ASA. The functionality remains the same, only how you define it little bit differs. First you define the crypto ISACM policy. Increase sum was what? 3 days, right? Authentication preset. Group 2 SMD5. So crypto ISACM policy. No. So crypto ISACM. No. Here in ASA, sorry, in router, we can see these policies, right? So crypto ISACM policy. In the similar way, you don't have something in ASA.
We have.
But this default policies is being differ in your ASA. In router, you have group 1. Sorry, this one is default policy, right? You have days, group 1 and all stuff, right? Whereas in ASA, you have a group 1. Instead of days, you have 3 days, SA, and
RSA.
default is preset key, not RSA.
Yeah.
In ASA. So let me write it down on the board. So, did we define this policy just now? We have defined the policy, right? Now to define the key is same as this one. Not same as router 1, but you can, for side to side, it will work. But the core funda or the core way of defining this preset key is with the introduction of tunnel group. You in ASA you have the concept called tunnel group policy. Tunnel group and group policy are two different things. Tunnel group is something which is directly dealing with the connection settings. whenever someone is initiating the connection, what are the settings it has binded, that will be negotiated with the initiators. Whereas group policy is something that you are creating the group or you are creating the object of some setting. That group policy you are attaching with the tunnel group. Okay, tunnel group is like connection specific, whereas group policies you are making more generalized. Let's say you want to have a standard authentication method, XAuth method, or user validation method. So you define under the group policy and you create or you invoke that group policy or you associate that group policy with your tunnel group. So we will see in the remote access VPN how exactly we do it. But in site to site we are not going to implement group policy at all.
So group policy is open for everyone, and tunnel group is basically whosoever is entering in that particular tunnel group.
No,
He will be
it's not like this one. Tunnel group can have only one reference, whereas group policy can be reference to multiple tunnel groups. Group policy is nothing have to, it doesn't have to do anything with the VPN connection.
Group policy is basically this group policy contains this particular
Settings. Yeah, like group policy, you know about Microsoft. In Microsoft you have group policy.
Yes.
Same concept. The same usage, same concept. No difference at all. Now, if you have the remote access VPN configuration, tunnel group you give the name, right? In remote access router to router, when you are configuring the group, crypto, IPsec, client and group, right? So that group name is being replaced over here as a tunnel group, and they have made it as a name as a tunnel group, and the command is also tunnel group. When you are configuring with the site to site, you have to give the tunnel group as a your head-end device. This is your name of a tunnel group for site to site. In remote access VPN you will give a name. Okay. Type, what type of tunnel it is. Tunnel group equal to C, tunnel and group. Group equal to settings, tunnel equal to what type of tunnel you are creating. Okay. What type of tunnel we are creating now? So IPsec L2L. If it is remote access, then you will say is IPsec RM. Now once you have the tunnel group created, tunnel group 30.1.1.6, you have two type of attributes. Until and unless you create it, you will not get those options. Once you have to create, once you have to execute this command. Once you execute this command, it has created the tunnel group. Once you create this tunnel group, now you can have the associated specific connection settings for this particular tunnel group. This is the name of your tunnel group now. 30.1.1.6 is your tunnel name. Okay. So under the general attributes, you specify many other things. If you have the default, if you have created the group policy, you can specify over here what is your group. And again, accounting, servers and default group policy and those things we are going to discuss in remote access VPN. It will make more sense. So now we are not going under the general attributes, but under the IPsec attributes. When you go under the IPsec attributes, you will see here. So it's not like you define the crypto, ISACM key 0, Cisco 123 and address. Now you have a different way. Tunnel group, associate the IP address into it. Associate the preset key with it. Okay. So now it is like, more granular and more specific way of or very precise way of keeping the settings separate. So let's define the preset key. What was the key name? Cisco 123, right? Okay. Now create the transform set. So what we have created so far, ISACM setting has been done, IPsec we have done, right? Now you have to create the crypto map same as your router. So create the crypto map. See, in router, when you create the crypto map L2L10 and then IPsec ISACM, When you press the enter, you go inside the CryptoMap configuration, right? In ASA, you don't have that way. The method is little bit different. You have to specify in single line. So CryptoMap L2L10 set transform set L2L set peer. What is the peer ID? You can say set reverse route as well. So it is created. The CryptoMap is created. Now CryptoMap L2L, apply it to the interface. Which interface you want to apply?
Outside.
So everything, most of the things,
ACL.
yeah, match address, right? Match address. We did not create the ACL, right? Okay, let's create it. Access list, VPN, permit, IP 10.1.1.0, host 6.6.6.6, right? Match access list, match address, VPN.
How many different term groups we can create?
Sorry?
How many different term groups we can create? As many.
Up to whatever your license install on your ASN, what is the capability of your ASN. There is no limitations as a software. The limitations will always be on the physical box. So whatever we have configured is been shown over here. See, ISACM policy is there. CryptoMap statement, address, set peer, reverse route also we have done. IPsec transform set association. Tunnel group says that this is the preset key. So just remind me when we are done with this one, how to see this preset key, that I will tell. Okay. So everything is up. Now, this command is by default not enabled. Okay. Probably it is enabled after 7.2, version 7.2. I might be mistaking whether it is enabled by default or not. But if it is not enabled, you have to execute this command. Crypto ISACM enable outside. Okay. In the router, when you apply the CryptoMap, it says that ISACM on. So to make it ISACM on manually, you execute this command. Okay. So now let's see it. So crypto ISACM SA, do you have anything related to ISACM? No, right? Let's initiate the tunnel from your inside network.
So tunnel all message didn't come.
It will not come because I did not say that logging console. ASA will not throw any message. That is ASA. If you want to see the messages, you have to execute that command logging console 7. Logging enable logging console 7. Now R4 is what network? Private network of ASA, right? So if I try to ping 6.6.6.6, what will happen? I have defined the default route to ASA. So it will hit to the ASA, right? In ASA,
From ASA there is no route.
why it is? I did not define it. Reverse route. Okay. Now let's see it. So we are ready to go, right? Ping 6.6.6 network. Why source?
Nothing.
At R4,
Yeah, R4
this 10 network only, right? Go to ASA. Show crypto ISACM SA.
Tunnel is active.
Main mode active. What was the role? Responder or initiator? So it is like, more intuitive than your router. It will give you the perfect information. But you are not getting the reply. Why? Huh? You don't require SCL.
In the routing side we are
Now, sorry? Security level is, that is a point which we are going to discuss. See, if you enable logging, you will see that what is the problem you are having. Let's initiate it again. You'll get the message that it is denying some traffic. No, he is getting it. Otherwise, how will you have the phase 1 up? This is DPD messages. You go to R6 and check it. So crypto ISACM पैसे. You have this one is up. So IP route. Okay, yeah, you are not getting the packet back. 10.1.1.0 network you don't have it. You did not enable reverse out over here. Okay. Not on ASA. ASA we have enabled already. That's why you are able to send the packet over here. But this guy, other end R6 doesn't have route back to 10 network. Yeah. So what we are going to say it. You offload it to FA0/1, right? Now we will get the exact message what I am looking for. Go to R4, do the same testing.
Coming up. Reply is there.
Yeah, but by default in this Pix we are using Pix, right? And that too you are running the ASA image into it. So this command is already enabled. Sysop connection permit VPN. Now what exactly this command is doing? Sysop permit VPN. It says that what is the default behavior of ASA? Anything coming from higher security level to the lower security level, please allow. Anything coming from lower security level to the higher security level, don't allow, right? Now your VPN traffic is coming from your lower security level and trying to go to the inside, higher security level. So it is denying. It is also subjected to the core rule, right? And it is denying it. Now, there is a debate we can make it. If the traffic is traveling through the VPN tunnel, why will you doubt that traffic? When it is traveling through the tunnel, through the secure tunnel, first of all, when someone is building the secure tunnel with you, you have to trust that tunnel, right? You made that trust relationship first. You've been agreed upon this statement. Then if something is traveling to the VPN tunnel, then why wouldn't you allow it to come inside your network? So that's why they came up with the solution. You permit the VPN traffic if it is coming from any interface going to any interface. So you don't have to type the explicit access list. If this command is not there, then you have to permit that traffic and allow it to the inbound ACL. So I don't have any access list which I have permitted to the or applied to any interface. Let's see. So run access group. I don't have it anything. Still my inside to outside are working. The same time you can test it from your R6. Ping 10.1.1.4, right? Source 6.6. Okay. Now that's what we seen for the site-to-site VPN. That's how you build the site-to-site VPN with ASA as a VPN head-end device. You can do one thing. This is not your this practical is like we can say this one is 80% done. If you don't test your VPN connection from both the side, initiating the connection from both the side. Just now we initiated the connection from ASA side. We did not initiate the connection from this R6 side. You can do it. Clear crypto session. So we have deleted both the faces. Clear crypto SA. ISACM SA. So crypto ISACM SA. You don't have it now, right? Now let's go to R6 and do the same test and check it. It is idle. Now go to ASA and check it. Previously it was initiator, right? Okay. So when you see the connection, you will come to know that what exactly the role of your head-end device. So that is your site-to-site configuration with your remote, with your ASA as your VPN head-end device, right? Let's see the video length and